Welcome everyone to a journey exploring the profound wisdom of Buddhism. Buddhism, a spiritual tradition that has been in existence for more than 2.5 millennia, originated in the Indian subcontinent. It was here that Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha or the Enlightened One, embarked on a spiritual quest that led him to the attainment of enlightenment, a state of perfect wisdom and compassion. The teachings of Buddhism revolve around the Four Noble Truths, which provide a framework for understanding human suffering and its cessation, and the Noble Eightfold Path, a guide to moral and ethical conduct, mental discipline and wisdom. At the heart of these teachings is the concept of mindfulness, a practice that involves being fully present and engaged with one's experiences, and compassion, a deep concern for the suffering of all beings, and a desire to alleviate it. Parables play a significant role in Buddhism. These simple yet profound stories serve as a tool for conveying complex teachings in a manner that is easily understood. They often involve everyday situations and characters, making them relatable and accessible. Through these parables, the Buddha imparted wisdom about life, suffering, happiness, and the path to enlightenment. One such parable is the parable of the empty cave. This story, like many others in Buddhism, uses a metaphor to illustrate a profound truth about the nature of existence. It challenges us to question our perceptions and assumptions, to look beyond the surface, and to discover the true nature of reality. This profound parable, like all Buddhist teachings, invites us on a journey of self-discovery and self-transformation. It encourages us to cultivate mindfulness and compassion, to see things as they truly are, and to live in harmony with ourselves and the world around us. Now, prepare yourself to delve into one such compelling parable, the parable of the empty cave. The parable of the empty cave begins in a serene, quiet cave. Imagine a monk seeking solitude and tranquility entering this cave. This is no ordinary cave. It is untouched by the ravages of time, away from the clamor of the world. It's a sanctuary, a place of profound silence and stillness. Our monk is drawn to this haven. He steps in, leaving the world behind. His robes rustle against the stone floor as he moves to the center of the cave. He sits down, crossing his legs in the familiar lotus position. His eyes close, his breath slows, and he eases into meditation. In the hush of the cave, the monk feels a deep sense of peace. The world outside, with all its chaos and distractions, seems a distant memory. Here in this cave there is only stillness and quiet. The monk appreciates this tranquility, this serenity. He embraces the solitude, allowing it to wash over him like a gentle wave. He is at one with the cave, the embodiment of emptiness, silence, and peace. Suddenly a storm begins to rage outside the cave. As if stirred by an invisible hand, the tranquility of the cave is punctured. The once serene refuge from external distractions is now filled with a cacophony of sounds. The howling wind, the violent rain, the thunderous echoes, all invade the cave, transforming it into a theater of nature's fury. The monk, once wrapped in the warm embrace of silence, now finds himself in the heart of a tempest. His meditation, once an effortless flow, now becomes a struggle against the relentless onslaught of noise. Yet, the monk does not resist. He does not flee. He remains seated, as still as the stone walls surrounding him. The storm continues its symphony of chaos. It's as though the cave has suddenly come alive, each gust of wind, each droplet of rain, each rumble of thunder, a heartbeat in its chest. The once empty cave is now filled with life, animated by the storm outside. The monk realizes that the cave has not changed, it is still the same empty cave. This is the insight that dawns upon the monk, a revelation that illuminates his understanding. The cave, a symbol of his own mind, has not changed despite the storm outside. It remains empty, tranquil, untouched by the turmoil of the world. This realization is not merely about the physical nature of the cave, but a profound understanding of the nature of change itself. The storm outside the cave is a mirror to the storms of life. We experience tempests of emotions, gusts of desires, and squalls of thoughts. Yet just like the cave, our fundamental nature remains unchanged, untroubled, and empty of these transient disturbances. The monk perceives that change is not something that happens to us, but something that happens within the panorama of our awareness. The cave, in its stillness, is a testament to the impermanence of the outer world. The storm rages, then subsides. The emotions arise, then pass away. The cave, like the monk's consciousness, remains a constant, a silent observer of the ever-changing spectacle of existence. What can we derive from this simple yet profound parable? This question might be lingering in your mind after hearing the story of the empty cave. It's not just a tale, it carries within it the essence of Buddhist teachings, specifically the concepts of impermanence, emptiness, and the nature of change. Now let's delve into the interpretation of these principles. Impermanence, or anicca, as it is known in Buddhism, is the belief that all things, including the self, are changing and temporary. This is reflected in the parable through the empty cave, which stands as a metaphor for our transient lives. Like the cave, our existence is constantly changing, filled with different experiences, thoughts, and emotions, none of which are permanent. The concept of emptiness, or shunyata, is another key principle in Buddhism. It suggests that things do not possess inherent or independent existence. In the parable, the cave is empty, symbolizing this concept. The cave, just like us, is not inherently empty or full. It merely reflects the conditions and circumstances at a given moment. Then we have the nature of change. Buddhism teaches that change is the only constant in life. This is beautifully illustrated in the parable by the ever-changing state of the cave. One moment it may be empty, the next filled with a gust of wind or a ray of sunlight. Similarly, our lives are filled with ceaseless change. Moments of joy, sorrow, love, and loss, each replacing the other in a constant cycle. These principles are not just philosophical concepts to ponder, but are deeply applicable to our everyday life. They remind us to accept change with grace, to understand the temporary nature of our experiences, and to realize that our perceptions of the world are often shaped by the conditions of the moment. By understanding these principles, we can approach life's storms with a calm mind and serene heart. So, let's continue to explore and apply these teachings, bringing us one step closer to the wisdom that Buddhism offers. So how can we apply the wisdom from this parable in our daily lives? Well, it begins with mindfulness. Mindfulness is being present in the moment, keenly aware of our thoughts, emotions, and actions. It's like standing in the middle of a bustling city and noticing every sound, every movement, every breath. It's not about ignoring the chaos. Rather, it's about being fully immersed in it, acknowledging it, and choosing to respond, not react. Just as the monk in the parable discovered the true essence of the empty cave by being fully present, we too can uncover the true essence of our lives by being fully present in each moment. We can find peace amidst the chaos, just as the monk found tranquility in the emptiness of the cave. Next, we have acceptance. Acceptance is about embracing reality as it is, not as we wish it to be. It's about understanding that life, like the empty cave, is constantly changing. One moment the cave may be filled with the sound of dripping water, the next it may be silent. Similarly, our lives are filled with moments of joy, sorrow, excitement, and tranquility. Acceptance is not about passively resigning ourselves to whatever comes our way. It's about consciously acknowledging the reality of each moment and choosing to respond in a manner that aligns with our values and aspirations. It's about recognizing that while we may not have control over the events in our lives, we always have control over our responses to them. Applying the wisdom of the parable to our daily lives is not about seeking an empty cave to retreat to, but rather about creating an inner sanctuary of mindfulness and acceptance amidst the hustle and bustle of life. It's about learning to navigate the ever-changing landscape of life with grace and resilience, just as the monk navigated the emptiness of the cave. Embracing the wisdom of this parable can help us navigate the storms of life with grace and resilience. We have journeyed through the parable of the empty cave and discovered its timeless wisdom. We've embarked on a voyage of self-discovery, explored the depths of a seemingly empty cave, and unearthed profound insights. This parable, like a radiant lantern, illuminated the path towards understanding the core principles of Buddhism. It taught us that the cave, despite its apparent emptiness, is brimming with possibilities. It's not the cave that changes, but our perception of it. We've learned that it's not about what we physically see, but rather how we perceive and interpret our surroundings. We dove into the heart of the parable, unraveled its layers, and found that the emptiness of the cave symbolizes the nature of our mind, a mind unclouded by preconceptions or prejudices, open to the vast expanse of knowledge and wisdom. It is this emptiness that allows us to receive and process the world around us in its purest form. As we ventured further into the parable's depths, we discovered how it applies to our daily lives. It taught us the importance of keeping an open mind, of being receptive to new ideas, and of freeing ourselves from the constraints of our past experiences and biases. It urged us to appreciate the beauty of the present moment and to embrace the uncertainty of the future with a peaceful heart. The wisdom of the parable of the empty cave is not a one-time revelation, but a constant guide. It invites us time and again to reflect on our perceptions and actions, to question, to learn, and to grow. It encourages us to practice mindfulness, to be present in each moment, and to cultivate compassion for ourselves and others. Thank you for joining us on this enlightening journey. Remember, the cave remains empty. It is our perception that changes. Until next time, stay mindful and compassionate. Before we part ways, a word of gratitude to all of you. The journey we've embarked upon today, exploring the profound wisdom within the parable of the empty cave, could not have been as enriching without your presence. Your time and interest in delving into the depths of this teaching is greatly appreciated. In the hustle and bustle of our daily lives, it's not always easy to pause and reflect on the fundamental questions of life. Yet, you've taken this precious time to do just that, to ponder and explore the age-old wisdom of Buddhism. This speaks volumes about your quest for knowledge and understanding. We hope that this exploration of the empty cave parable has provided you with valuable insights to carry into your everyday life. May the lessons you've learned inspire you to approach each day with a fresh perspective, one that's rooted in mindfulness, compassion, and the wisdom of emptiness. As we conclude, we invite you to share this journey with others. The teachings of Buddhism, and especially the parable of the empty cave, have the potential to resonate with many. By sharing this video, you're not just passing along information, but you're offering a chance for others to embark on their own journey of self-discovery and understanding. Remember, the ripple effect of sharing knowledge is profound. One never knows how a simple act of sharing can impact someone's life, nudging them towards a path of greater wisdom and peace. And as you navigate through life's storms, may the wisdom of the empty cave serve as your guiding beacon, helping you to find calm amidst chaos, clarity amidst confusion, and compassion amidst conflict. Thank you for watching. May the wisdom of the empty cave guide you through life's storms. Take care, and see you in the next video.